Hello, everyone. I was gonna start my usual time for this or that, but I'm gonna clear up a few things. So, last time we finished Infamous Second Son First Light, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna pick the next playthrough to be the one with the most views, likes, etc., etc." This is not it, obviously, because the winner would be StarCraft and StarCraft 2. But the Brood War playthrough's on hold for now, and I'm not going to start a StarCraft 2 until Brood War's complete. Not to mention that's a weekend game, so the winner is not going to be picked for our weekly show. Okay, so what's the runner-up? Warside got the runner-up, but that was the demo. The game actually releases in January, so can't do that. Then the next winner was Battleship Bisojo, which I started a playthrough but didn't finish. It's also PC, so that's also a weekend thing. So it's like, okay, fine, we'll just not, kind of ignore the list, because there's a couple other ones I rejected for one reason or another. Doesn't mean I won't ever do a playthrough of them, but I figured, let's do this, because I haven't done like a Telltale-styled game in a long time. I don't think I've actually done a Telltale playthrough on the channel. I've done games that are like this. They're not visual novels. I was going to say, it's visual novel type, but no. I don't know, interactive movie story game? Whatever. Like, the last one we did, what was that? Was that New Tales from the Borderlands, which wasn't actually Telltale. There was a sequel to the Telltale Season 1 of that. But either way, this got chosen, even though it wasn't the next one or the runner-up or so on and so forth. But it was up there. But anyway, yeah, here we are. So I did do a quick look for this long time ago. So yeah, if you've been waiting since then, we've been waiting. Well, here it is. So other bookkeeping, this has spoilers for the first 4 seasons of the TV show. I don't remember how many books, but this is closer to the show than the books, so yeah. So hopefully you've heard the warning, you got a chance to leave. If you don't care about spoilers, stick around, or if you already seen the show and what have you. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the PS4 version. We're playing on PS5, and the game itself says, there might be errors because it wasn't designed for PS5, which is weird. So we might get visual glitches like Walking Dead Season 4. Oh yeah, that was the last Telltale game we played, was Walking Dead Season 4. Okay, but we did that for Spooky October. Alright, well anyway, so we are going to get started. I'm going to play this like I usually do. If people want to see me do a different way of doing it, maybe we'll go through it again, but I doubt it. I've yet to redo a game of choice and pick the other options yet, but it's always a possibility. So unlike usual Telltale, it's 6 episodes instead of 5. I would say I recommend this one, but it ends on a cliffhanger, and as far as I know, the new Telltale company, the company that took Telltale's name, didn't renew the license for Game of Thrones, so we're not likely to see Season 2 and actually get a completion of the story. Either way, let's get started. Oh, I also forgot to mention, I think Twitch will be funny and mute the video during the opening, because the Game of Thrones opening song's copyrighted, so I'll try to talk over it, and hopefully that'll, stop Twitch from muting it, but we'll see what happens. So if the video suddenly gets quiet and there's no sound, it's probably because of that. So yeah, we play as House Forrester under House Stark, so we're in the north. So yeah, they have ironwood, which is a special kind of wood that's basically, I was gonna say invulnerable. I guess it's, what the hell's the word for it? It's resistant to almost everything. I think they have to use a special kind of fire to burn it. Oh, hang on. Let me make sure subtitles are on. It should be on by default, but I sense it's not on. Yeah, let's see. Audio, video. Subtitles are on, so this is singing. They don't have subtitles for it. I should have... Geez, stumbling on my words. Should have started that at the beginning, but, you know, I just wanted to get into it. Alrighty, let us resume.
The great Jaime Lannister, Kingslayer, Oathbreaker, brought to his knees by the men of the North.
And set free by the women. You'd think he'd done it himself the way he tells it.
So you may have noticed that they're using like an art brushy style instead of the usual cell shading Telltale games normally do, which I think is a nice touch. It definitely makes it feel different from other Telltale games.
Spotless this time. Lord Forrester won't be happy with blood and brains all over it. Now that is a proper sword.
I'll have one like it myself someday.
You'll never have a sword like that. I say that as a friend. And if we're being honest, you are just a squire.
I will. You'll see.
Of course, your lordship. After you take your rightful place on the Iron Throne.
I had a hand in it, you know.
A hand in what?
Capturing him.
He was nowhere near the
I love that they say silence is a valid option, but a lot of times characters will give you shit for not saying anything.
He caught Tyrion too.
Shh. Let him finish.
Oh, he'll talk all night if you let him.
You captured the Kingslayer?
Aye. Well, I had a hand in it.
Aye. A hand round his ankle as 10 others took him down.
See? What did I tell you?
I brought him to his knees.
Lord Forrester.
But not before he dragged you halfway across the battlefield on your face.
You're questioning Norrin's honor.
I'm questioning Norrin's story, which grows more far-fetched every time he tells it.
Get your liege lord some wine. Go on. It's your job.
Right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Garred. I'll do it. Norrin's family has faithfully served House Forrester for centuries. His honor is beyond reproach, and House Tully is forever in his debt. They've never seen a field ploughed so well as the day the Kingslayer dragged poor Norrin across the battlefield. Fetch your cup. Tonight we celebrate. To Robb Stark, the King in the North!
The King
in the North! Tomorrow, we march on Casterly Rock, and House Forrester has been given the greatest honor to lead the Young Wolf's army and ride as the vanguard!
The gods have favored us. Onward to Casterly Rock!
Aye! Death to the Lannisters!
Aye!
The North remembers!
Aye!
Got it.
Yes, my lord?
I need you to keep an eye out for Roderick. As his father, I could not be more proud of the man he's become. On a night like this, men find false courage at the bottom of their cups.
So you're saying Roderick's a drunk?
Yes, my lord.
Is also the question of what's to be done with you. It's been on my mind for a while now.
With me, my lord.
You've served House Forrester well for several years now, but I can't expect you to squire forever. How shall I reward your loyalty? What can I offer you?
Let me fight for you, my lord.
You've more than proven your ability on the battlefield. No man would question that. There were those who had their doubts when your uncle put forth your name as my squire. But you've erased those doubts entirely. It would be an honor to see you riding by Roderick's side in the vanguard tomorrow. Not as a squire, but as the equal of any man who serves House Forrester. It's well deserved, Garred.
Thank you, my lord. I promise. I won't let you down.
That I don't doubt. But for now, keep this between us. We're celebrating tonight. I wouldn't want the other squires to feel discouraged.
Yes, my lord.
Now go, and find Roderick if you can.
I will, my lord. Thank you.
Bloody hell.
Empty. Squire! Fetch us more wine.
Can you give me a hand? Come on. Can I get up to you?
Yeah, no problem.
I have been a squire longer than you.
So?
I outrank you. You should help me.
The problem with like Telltale games is because they design dialogue to respond to any of the three things, so sometimes it comes off as weird. They said, "Yeah, I'll help you," and he's like, "Yeah, you should help me."
My boots. Just my luck to end up with Norin while you serve the Lord. Let him fetch his own wine for once.
It's your job to do the work and stop complaining.
You try squiring for Norin and see how much you like it. See, that's where you're lucky. Low expectations. If I'd grown up covered in pig shit, shovel and slop, well, maybe I'd think saddling his horse was the greatest honor in the Seven Kingdoms. I suppose this beats pig farming.
Who doesn't love bacon?
Ah, pig farmers. All I'm saying is, at this rate we'll never be more than this, which is nothing. The lowest of the low.
You are not the lowest of the
All
low
I
if you're
know, we
serving
could
a
be
noble
squires
house.
for
That is a
life.
retarded thing to say.
Pulling wine around that fucking wedding.
Give it time. You'll get there.
More easy for you to say. Maybe if my uncle were castellan at House Forrester, I'd feel different.
Like the people
My
in like
uncle
say
has nothing to
Flea
do with
Bottom
it.
and King's Landing,
How
that's the
much
lowest of the
further?
low.
It's right over there.
Well, 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 what a way to start the game. So anyone who's seen the show knows what's gonna happen.
Take your time.
You lot have drunk your share. Good thing.
I mean, that's the kind of fun thing about this game.
Generous
While
move.
choice does matter, there's still, like, canon events you cannot avoid.
Nice night for a wedding. Not often he finds a willing husband for one of his daughters.
Don't expect me to carry it for you, Sir Garred. What? What's wrong?
Like, I seriously doubt you could actually hear the
What's
band
gotten
playing
into
from
you?
the castle, but
Acting rather
yeah.
odd.
We need to get back. Now.
I mean, that's just the game's music, they don't actually hear it.
We need to go.
Take the fucking flagon already.
What's wrong with him? Something the matter?
Bowen, we have to go.
You go if you're in such a rush. But what about... What the hell was that about? Slow down, would you?
Run!
We need to get back to camp.
Yeah, distract him during a fight, that's a good idea, idiot. The irony that, like, Lord Forrester was worried that Roderick would be too drunk to lead the men in the morning. He's fighting just fine now. Did I not do that right? Because you're supposed to get the shield. I might have done that prompt wrong, I don't know. Which just shows, like, even if you fail prompts, you still progress.
Ready, boys! Whoa!
Why would they run? They're gonna kill him anyway. What idiots. Yeah, see, that one I missed because I didn't have enough time to move the cursor over to the prompt.
Look out!
Look out, runaway wagon. And it's just the safety. We're not trying to get the safety. We're trying to get the Lord Forrester because we're his squire. He got it hard. Although the model doesn't look like he got trampled by 4 horses. So that's kind of funny that he gets it how Ned gets it in both the show and in the books. Gets stabbed in the leg and gets a horse on top of him. Which I imagine the people Telltale did that on purpose.
Garred, did you find Roderick?
Speak up, Garred.
Did you see him or not?
I tried to save him, but there was nothing I could do.
Find a weapon, quickly!
Still didn't get the sword.
Walter, you fucking traitor!
Go, my lord, while there's still time.
Seven hells.
We have to keep moving, my lord.
I'd never make it. They'll hunt us down like dogs.
Well, the phrase says time. Don't run,
Guard this with your life. Return it to Ironrath, where it belongs. There's no time.
God, they're saying there's no time to waste just as the screen's getting on there. But there's no time to waste.
You have to go.
I will do as you command, my lord.
You have served me well. I know I can count on you. Tell your uncle. Tell him. The North Grove must never be lost.
So that's the main plot, is Garred trying to
swear. Tell only your uncle Duncan.
is trying to find the North Grove.
Hey, it's those Forresters.
I mean, that's the way how you have a plot that doesn't interfere with the show or the books.
Forresters.
And of course there'll be side stories, because it's trying to mirror the show, so we'll get the stories at all the major locations of the show. So we have one in the north, at the Wall, in King's Landing, in Essos, etc., etc. And there you go. So yeah, I gotta talk over this, because I'm pretty sure Twitch is gonna try to mute it, so if I have enough of my words in here, it will not mute it. But I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, obviously we just had the Red Wedding, so tail end of season 3, I think. I haven't seen the show in forever, so I don't remember it super well. So, as per the show, we're showing all the locations we're gonna go to. So we were just at the Twins. We're gonna be going to King's Landing, the Wall. Let's see. I actually don't think we go to the Wall in this episode of the game, so that's a lie. There's Iron Rack. That's our Winterfell for this. This actually still looks pretty good. Like it's trying to do the thing for the show, but in this Telltale art style. But yeah. So hopefully I talked over the intro enough. But yeah, they really try to mirror the show. So like the Forresters are just a placeholder Stark. But I mean, the funny thing is like it's starting like near the end of season 3 and going all the way through to season 4. I don't think it like stops at the end of season 4. So it's like middle of 3 all the way to the middle of 4. So it's like a season length, but between seasons. But they keep themselves separate enough from the show that it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's probably the only problem with the art brush style. Like, you saw those hard edges on the pig. That didn't look particularly good.
Blood.
Fresh.
Well, you think there'd be some haste to go find out what's going on. Oh, I didn't get to look at the pig, damn it. That's the problem with these games. They sometimes hard cut you from a section if you keep moving forward. Okay, there's a haste button. You can go slightly faster. Hopefully it won't see me.
That's Father's car.
Oh, so we went home instead of out to Iron Rack for some reason.
Lord Bolton better give us fucking titles for this.
Winter may be coming, but at least he'll have his bacon.
Yeah, kill the farmers so you don't, have them farm. Like, if winter's coming, you need your farmers to grow your food and raise your livestock.
Boy. There's nothing for you here.
Father.
I said move on. I recognize you. You're a Forrester squire.
That's really weird for him to recognize a
have
random
no claim on
squire.
land anymore. Or haven't you heard? The Starks are dead.
Yeah, he was, my character was at the Red Wedding, dummy.
Sword? Not a chance that sword is his. Must have stolen it. Out here by himself. Probably a deserter.
None of your fucking business.
We're gonna feed you to the fucking pigs. That sword's too big for you, boy. You can barely pick it up.
Get off my land!
This is Bolton land now, boy. Lord Bolton is the new Warden of the North. I reckon he'd like a proper lordly sword like that.
My problem with this is that there's no way that news that Bruce Bolton's Warden of the North got everywhere. Because this is the morning after the Red Wedding.
I'll have that sword, boy.
Like, that's the thing with the show. The show skips around, so you, know time passes, but we know time hasn't passed yet.
Aye. You'll have it.
Well, actually, no, that's not true. Because Garred would have to live in the north to be a bannerman for House Forrester, so it should be quite a while away. So never mind. Retraction withdrawn. I'm a farmer. I'm gonna use it. Well, actually, I won't use the pitchfork. I would be if I used the stupid pitchfork. Yeah, just punch him. Well, tackle, but whatever. How come the spear guy's not spearing me? That ended this real quick.
Mercy! Please! I beg of you! I have a family! They'll never survive without me! I have no quarrel
So,
with you!
this choice doesn't actually matter, but we're gonna show mercy. And I know, how can you say that? Doesn't the choice matter in this game? Yeah, a little bit, but this one doesn't matter because we already killed one of them, so we're still gonna be in trouble. It's just like, how many do you actually want to kill?
I'll see you hang for this! That much I promise.
Yeah, run away. Literally 3-on-1 and you guys couldn't win.
Father?
Garred, you survived. Your sister. Oh, she hid.
Not very well to be hit with a spear.
I tried to stop them.
So Lord and his family are dead. Actual family's dead.
Who did this?
And we got betrayed from within. Not to mention the Starks are dead, so super low point. Started the game at a low point. Interesting. Usually you have a drop like sort of mid a story, not at the start. Well, actually, that's not true. We just did, we just did all the Dragon Age Origins stories, and they were all like, "Oh, we're great,"
Garred!
and then things got worse.
Get the Castellan! Tell him his nephew survived!
Garred!
I was too late. They were already dead.
Bring the Maester! Meet us in the Great Hall! Quickly!
Two Whitehill soldiers?
And a Bolton. They killed my family. And for what? My sister, she was only 8 years old.
This never would have happened with the Starks in power. It's unimaginable. Unacceptable. You have my condolences.
Literally war.
Thank you, Maester.
You betray your side and you join the other side, you can do whatever you want.
The blade cut deep, but I should be able to save your leg. Your justice was swift. Some will call it vengeance. No doubt the Whitehills will claim it was murder. It was your family. I can't say I would have done any different than you.
They attacked me. I had no choice but to defend myself.
Of course. And we can't let the Whitehills just walk all over us. These maggots ought to help prevent infection. Hold the wound open for me, would you?
Yep, just leave the maggots in the wound.
These are dark
When I know
days.
that's what... They didn't exactly do it like that, but that's what they did in medieval times.
Despicable act of treachery and betrayal. Greater houses than ours have fallen in times such as this. The late Lord Forrester was a good man. And poor Roderick. A serious man, but he would have made a good lord.
Well, what do we do now?
The future of this house is in Lord Ethan's hands now. Although he is young, and altogether unprepared to lead. Right. This might hurt a bit. Hold this for me, will you? I understand from your uncle that Lord Forrester saved your life.
He did.
Rather odd, though, that he chose to save you, his squire, and not his son Roderick.
Well, that's really stupid thinking there.
Roderick
Aren't you supposed to be
himself.
educated?
He was as good with a sword as any man I've seen.
That's not how it happened. Roderick had already fallen.
Although I'd imagine Lord Forrester would sacrifice himself to save anyone from his house.
This is Telltale's stupid thing about, oh, choice.
Lady
Ooh,
Forrester
maybe we
will
should have
be
done
here any
this, we
moment
should have done that. Obviously,
like
we
to
didn't have
hear
a
from you
choice,
first,
but
to see
the
if you can
characters
put any
talk
weight
that
on it.
way. It's really dumb. It's like, oh, he chose to save you, not his son. Oh, he must like you, or
Go
what
on.
an interesting
Don't stop now.
choice.
It's better to let the blood circulate.
I mean, people don't actually talk like that unless they were literally in a situation where they could, they chose one over the other. So here, let's learn about the Forresters. There's obviously a codex you can check out in the main menu before you start playing so you can get the background information from the get-go. But for those who didn't want to do that, you could just go here.
Asher. Exiled to Essos, unfortunately.
So he's going to be the character we play as when we're in the Essos storyline.
Talia and Ethan. I suppose Lord Ethan now. Mira. Still in King's Landing, I suppose.
And our King's Landing
Although,
character.
I wonder if they'll bring her home.
Yeah, Mira's story is by far the weakest because almost none of her choices really matter.
Lady Forrester. She's always been kind to me. Treated me like I was a Forrester myself. Ryan. Never easy being the fourth-born son. Lord Forrester. It was an honor to squire for him.
Shame he didn't live long enough to make you a knight. So now you're just a nobody.
Roderick. He was our best warrior by far.
Taken down by a lucky spearman and a horse. Yeah, see, in the game's telling you, oh, you could go to the Codex menu.
Always sad to see a warrior lose a leg.
I'm fine, Maestro Tengrin. Look. The Ironwood Grove. An ironwood shield.
The strongest wood in the known world. The Forresters owe their lives to this wood, and the weapons that come from it. I may be mistaken. You do seem able to put weight on it. Rather cute little creatures, aren't
So
they?
a few of them over a texture. But Telltale was a struggling company at the time. So yeah. So it's very important you pick these up because they will be important for a later episode. So this will matter. You could ignore this and not pick it up and then get screwed. Well, you wouldn't get screwed over, but, you know, characters will be, you know, how they are in Telltale games. Like, oh, you could have done more. So we'll tuck those away till, I think, episode 4, so really far away from now. If I remember correctly. Is there anything else to interact
you
with?
see there? You're limping again.
I'm fine, really.
Okay, so let's conclude this section. Yeah, we'll look at.
Keep moving. I need to see you walk. It's a good thing you've done, bringing that back to House Forrester. By right, that belongs to Lord Ethan now. Even a sword as strong as this would barely make a dent in a shield like that. Did your leg feel weak?
No. I just wanted to ask you. Why do the Whitehills hate the Forresters?
I think it's safe to say the feeling is mutual. There's been enmity between the two houses for as long as anyone can remember. I don't doubt someone killed someone, which led to more killings of someones, and then, well, here we are.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet shit.
The Whitehills want Forrester Ironwood.
They'd take it all if we'd let them, especially now with the Boltons in power, and proceed to clear-cut every last inch of it until there's nothing left, just as they've done before.
Who is the new Lord of House Forrester?
Why, Ethan, of course.
Which we mentioned a while ago, so it's funny that that was an option.
At the Citadel, I swore an oath to serve whichever noble house I was assigned. Advising the late Lord Forrester was an honor. Advising Ethan, his third-born son, is challenging. There's still so much he has to learn, yet the very fate and future of this house rests in his hands. Which is rather frightening when you think about it.
What will happen to me now?
Excellent question. Under normal circumstances, you could join Sir Royland and his men. Although, given the circumstances of your circumstances, it becomes a bit tricky, doesn't it? I suppose it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
Lord Forrester promoted me. At the Twins, I'm no longer a squire, if that matters.
It might, I suppose. But I'll defer to Lord Ethan on this.
Can I see Ethan? Is he here?
He is. but I'm afraid he's
God,
indisposed.
that
at
line
the
almost
moment.
cut off the
He
other
prefers
one.
not to be disturbed while practicing his lute.
Can I go now?
I believe your leg will be fine. Only time will tell, but... Lady Forrester.
Welcome home, Garred. We're all relieved to know you survived.
Thank you, my lady.
Talia asked to see you.
Garred, I heard what happened. Is it true? Your family... I'm so sorry.
Me too.
Off to bed now. Hurry on. Garred was just telling me how valiantly Lord Forrester fought to the end, even when all was lost. I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know. Whatever you can recall.
You saved my life, my lady.
Yet not Roderick's.
Yeah, here we go. Same thing
You were
Hotegrin
with
said.
Roderick, no? I'm sure it was chaos and confusion, but if you can remember anything...
I'm sorry, my lady. Nothing could be done to save him.
He was House Forrester's best.
This has been so incredibly difficult for us, especially the children. But I was told you were the last to see my husband alive.
Yes, my lady.
I know it may be difficult to remember, but if I may ask, was there anything he said?
Any last words?
So
before
this is the game testing you
you
to
can
talk about the
remember.
North Grove.
It would mean
Yeah,
so
okay.
much to the family.
He specifically said, "Tell
Said
no
he
one
loved
but
you.
your uncle." So we're gonna keep to that. Although
That's
you
very
can,
kind of
if
you
you
to say.
wanted to, tell everyone
You
you
have the
you wanted
Forrester's sword.
the North Grove, and I don't think anything bad
This belongs
happens.
with Ethan now.
Which is the weirdest
Husband and
thing.
Lord of the house.
Thank you, Garred.
Of course, my lady.
It demands a response.
It's too dangerous, especially now.
Now is the time to prove our strength.
I'll be sure it's given to Ethan.
Against aggression.
So this is Telltale's usual. Oh, I have character
This was
with
our land.
philosophy
They were our
A,
people.
and here's
Your
character
family.
with philosophy B. They'll argue,
I
and
share
you as the
your
player have to
outrage,
choose
sir.
which one you
I
side
do.
with.
But now is not the time to provoke the Whitehills. Not with Ramsay Snow coming to see us bend the knee.
The hell with Ramsay Snow, the bastard.
Garrett, you understand what this means. You killed a Bolton, and Ramsay Snow will want his retribution.
We're the ones that should be demanding retribution.
They attacked me.
And they'll say they were keeping the peace in the name of House Bolton. It's an argument you cannot win.
Yep.
We have to be smart.
That's this game in a
Ramsay Snow will
nutshell.
be
It's an
here within a
argument you
week.
cannot
And what
win.
would you have us do? Nothing.
I would have us use our heads, while they're still attached to our shoulders.
Garrett has lost as much as anyone else within these walls. Maybe you can talk some sense into your uncle.
Garrett's suffered enough already. You ask too much of the boy.
He deserves to be heard.
We should demand justice.
Aye. Justice on their terms. Which means they'll have your head.
Justice is taken, not demanded. Then what's to be done?
Ultimately, it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
He's just a boy who can barely hold a sword. He knows nothing of how to lead men.
He is the lord of this house, and he needs our help. It's bad enough the Boltons would have us bend the knee and swear fealty. But now, this. I'll accuse you of murder, and us of protecting you.
The boy was just defending himself.
I'm not faulting him for what he did.
I've done nothing wrong.
Not in their eyes. It's just the excuse Ramsay Snow would need to put us to the torch and kill us all.
I'd like to see them try.
So the
I'm
problem with
afraid it's
this
a risk
is that
we cannot
Ramsay
take.
hasn't built
Which
his
is why you cannot stay.
psychotic reputation
Cannot
yet.
stay. Duncan.
But where would I go?
So
The
that's
one
why this,
place
like,
beyond
they're
the reach of
relying
even
on
House
like
Bolton.
the audience knowing, hey, future
You're
seasons.
sending him to the wall.
Well, this takes place between
done nothing
3 and
wrong.
Not
4.
in the
I
eyes of the
believe this
Boltons.
came out after like season
I'm afraid
5.
it's the only solution.
I'll do what's best for the house.
Because we need a store at the
So I'll
wall,
go
so having Garrett go to the wall
afraid.
makes sense.
I know it doesn't
Not that
seem
you have a
fair,
choice in the matter,
but it
but
is what's best.
they're like, oh, you accepted your fate. You're not a little whiny baby. But yeah, Sir
settles
Royland
it.
there is dumb. Let's fight Ramsay Bolton. justice is taken.
You can
Yeah,
have
that
my
doesn't
horse,
work
and I'll see you have plenty
against
of food,
Ramsay.
but we haven't much time.
And obviously, all the
Whitehills
characters
will
from the
come
show
looking
are
for you.
immune. You can't kill any of the characters from the show. So it's a matter of he just disappeared. Great, unpatchable
Word up to
Telltale.
me. I'd gladly drive a sword through Lord Whitehill's heart if given a chance. I would, and God's willing, someday I will. But for now, I have House Forrester to consider first. Lord Forrester would be proud that you're putting the interests of the house ahead of your own.
I mean, isn't
Many of
that
Lord
what
Forrester's best men have
Tuttle's
volunteered
reputation
for
has
the war.
been?
His own great uncle was a ranger with the Night's Watch.
You're the only family I have left.
In my heart, I know I'll see you again.
I've been waiting for the right moment to tell you.
What? What is it?
It's important. Lord Forrester asked me to give you a message. He said, the North Grove can never be lost.
Sorry, you caught me by surprise.
He said tell only you.
For good reason. Most don't even know it exists. They think it's just a myth made up by wildlings and fools, and it's better kept that way. I assume you kept your word. You haven't told anyone else, have you? This is important, Garred.
Of course not. I told no one.
Well done. Lord Forrester was right to put his trust in you. From this day forward, this will be our secret. But soon, I may need your help. But I can't say anything more just yet. Just know the North Grove may very well be vital to the future of this house. But don't breathe a word of it to anyone at the wall. Become a ranger if you can. It will help.
So one of my biggest problems with this game is we don't ever actually find out what the North Grove is. And I know, this game ends on a cliffhanger. They intended to expand upon it, but
Iron
like,
from ice.
it's quite the shame that we just
Iron from ice.
don't learn about it. Like, we go there,
Remember,
we
you
find out
represent
some
House
things
Forrester.
about it, but
Your actions at the
why
wall
is it
will
so
reflect the
important?
honor and
We don't
dignity
know.
of the house.
I'll serve with honor.
I know you will.
I think that this is it for
Garred,
Garred for this episode.
Be safe.
Ethan? Ethan!
So on to character number 2, Ethan. We get to be a lord.
I couldn't find him. Could you?
He hides too well. And if he were smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
I win!
Congratulations, your lordship.
Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
Stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
perfectly safe in one of the most dangerous cities in Westeros.
He got sent to the wall. I'll miss Garred. He was nice.
Garred is strong. He can take care of himself.
No one will tell me what Garred did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And
I mean, he's a little kid.
Sir Royland forgets himself.
He doesn't know me, or what I'm capable of.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword, like a man. He taught Roderick
not a little kid.
Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
What? Seriously, they taught the lady of a house and not the son?
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Not Mira?
Yeah. Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then, then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities.
I may have to change.
I'd rather have my brother than a lord.
I'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
But since you're the new lord, you can do anything you want.
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once.
That's not how it works.
Well, that's how it should work. You are the lord.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the Lord.
I might remind you, Sir Royland, I'm the new Lord of House Forrester, not you.
Of course, my lord.
It's okay. You should go. It's what must be done.
Fine. Let's be done with it.
You'd think they'd have more furs being in the north like this, especially with winter coming. But they're outside at the very least.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garred. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garred is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there you said you were the Lord. Now prove it.
Let's not do something rash.
What should I say to him?
Tell him and his men to leave.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is.
So obviously, Royland's the angry, aggressive guy,
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men.
I'm forgetting the uncle's name now. But the uncle's the diplomat, passive guy.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house.
Thank you, Lord Whitehill.
My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself. I've been waiting for this day all my life.
How dare you?
I dare, and I'll do as I damn well please. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You
Unannounced,
bloody
uninvited,
no
being rude.
courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Calm yourself, old man.
Old man.
You little fuck! That's how you talk to a lord?
That's how you're talking to me.
Shit on us for
Idiot.
generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have you back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries, you cunt.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
We
Shut
all
up.
serve House Bolton now.
I'm not finished. Maybe
And I
if
don't
you hadn't
care.
been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You
I mean,
squandered
kept-
your
yeah,
share.
I was gonna
Our
say,
share was
kept our
taken from
share.
us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
And
What
you're
is it you
stupid.
want, Lord Whitehill?
Yeah. So if you can't tell, Lord Whitehill's the main antagonist for this.
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business.
Murdering
keeping the
the
king's peace,
farmers.
as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
No reason. You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men.
Yeah,
Pig
we're not hiding the
farmer,
fact.
How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
We lost people too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. Soldiers worth 100 of their type. Where's the fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
He was sent to the wall.
Who the fuck sent him to the wall? Answer
That's
me.
how criminals are dealt
Who's
with
the
in this
one who
universe.
did it?
You heard me. He was sent to the wall. It's done.
What? That was my justice to deliver, boy. And you denied me of it.
Too
I'm
bad.
not leaving until I have my justice.
Well,
Now bring me the
we'll
coward who
forcibly
did
remove
it,
you.
or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all.
You're happy to shit on her
This is
son?
not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
This is over, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
Yep.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face
What
and denied
lie?
me my justice.
What lie?
And we'll see whose word is law.
What lie did I say?
You're a craven, Lord Whitehill.
Yeah, I mean, literally going to cry to daddy. Not literally, because it's not his father, but going to cry to daddy. You ain't no fear. And why is this guy staring at him? He doesn't have a thing with Ethan yet. That was weird. Just a reminder, oh, that guy killed Garrett's family.
Stood up to him
Urgh.
like a true lord.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
Yeah, time for another one of our sections, and another one of our characters.
Your sister can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor.
So,
And Lady
like
Marjorie's
I
betrothal to the
mentioned,
king may be
this
enough to keep the Boltons
storyline's the worst because
if
most of
it's
these choices
presented to
don't
her
matter.
as it should be.
Because basically, what Mira does is she can help out one of the other storylines at the cost of her own. So, say you're having trouble like, oh, we want to deal with Lord Whitehill some way. We could get the Tyrells to help us, but then it's like, oh, we asked a favor, so now Marjorie's not going to like us, which is effectively the story. I mean, that's not what literally is going to happen, but that's basically Mira's story. Hey, other storyline wants help. Mira, give us a striker. I don't remember what... I'll just go around the room. I know, like, some of the things when you're going back to your room, oh, you find something, and then, oh, it triggers the next scene. We want to get all the interactables.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
So the funny thing with Mira is she is in the show. You can see her in one of the scenes with Marjorie. Like, she is one of her handmaidens. So one of the actual Telltale characters. Well, I guess it was in the show first, but like I guess Telltale's like, oh, we'll just grab her. That's probably why they picked House Forrester, because they do exist. They're just not prominent in the show. Because again, Stark Bannermen, and they're a small house. The only reason they're notable at all is because of the Ironwood.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
And that's the sad bit. Mira's story should be the most interesting, actually playing the Game of Thrones, but you don't really get to do it.
Throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you.
Because the Ethan storyline definitely has more choice and variance, because, oh, you get to, like, actually run Ironrack.
Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all someday.
Well, you won't be able to see Roderick.
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right?
This is kind of dumb.
If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm fine.
It's really weird for, say, like, some chamber lad to just, like, ask a noble woman, hey, you seem odd. You want to talk to me?
You work for Lady Marjorie?
Like, this is really weird. Like, obviously a player might be just like, oh, whatever, oh, let's interact with this guy.
Seems like you do.
It's widely known that I work for Lady Marjorie.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like, shouldn't he know that?
I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends.
I mean, it's just because the plot has to happen that this interaction even occurs. But this is weird.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement.
Why are you telling me this?
I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
So then you know who I am. Why would you bring that up? Hey, do you work for Marjorie? Person I don't know, but I actually know.
Forgive me if I was mistaken. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. Most people don't tend to notice a call boy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
So the only way this character makes sense is like, say he's like one of Varys' little birds or something. But again, we don't ever learn that because, again, this game ends on a cliffhanger and not all answers get, or not all questions get answered.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss. From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
And my problem with this is I seriously doubt,
her face was full of mirth as
doubt
she said
that,
I'm not a
Cersei would
traitor.
care about some random handmaiden.
Of course not.
Like, this just seems like, oh, Cersei could do it, but, like, it seems like it'd be underneath her notice.
She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
That's the plan.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive
I mean, you could
us.
even be antagonistic to Cersei if you wanted to. Nothing will... Well, I guess I shouldn't say nothing. Like, it's not like Cersei will kill you or something, but, like, Marjorie won't like that.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
I mean, that's King's Landing in a nutshell.
Good luck.
I think it's weird that they had the throne room empty for this scene, because it seems odd that Cersei would dedicate well, I guess there's some people there, but dedicate an audience to a single handmaiden.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Joffrey is the one true king, Your Grace.
And yet... For centuries, the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily.
So see, you can't win with Cersei, because if you say, oh, they weren't traitors, she'll be like, oh, you're not loyal.
Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Yes, Your Grace. Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey. If it was me, I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
There are limits, Your Grace.
Perhaps, but not if your house faces potential ruin.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question.
Oh, look at that! Subtitles messed up. So that's one of the errors playing this game on PS5.
Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she would...
Let the girl answer the question.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
So that's the thing, you can't ever win over Cersei, because if you say you go the opposite direction, you, like, speak truthfully, like, oh, I'm loyal to the north and loyal to my house. She's like, oh, you're gonna not actually be loyal. We probably should get rid of you, or something along those lines.
Once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I was trying to appease her.
I think that was clear to everyone. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous.
So this choice does matter, but
forget I even suggested such a thing.
I'm sorry, Lord Tyrion.
Only in the short run.
But it's a risk I cannot afford.
This only really affects, I think, the next episode.
Now, if you'll excuse
and then
me, I promise
stuff will
Sansa
happen,
join
and
her for dinner
then
tonight.
yeah, it goes on.
3 beautiful
You'll
bottles
see.
of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
I believe that is the title of one of the later episodes. Probably the one that has a more focus on the King's Landing storyline.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult.
One of the most hated characters in the show.
Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
Put it back.
We're just having a bit of fun. It's probably for the best. I've heard he's a bit perverse. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Yeah, not the guy who's publicly cruel to pretty much everybody.
As Queen of the 7 Kingdoms, I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
It doesn't matter what you feel.
I mean, we just went over the situation where we just said whatever it was to appease Cersei, so yes.
You were brave agreeing to obey the Boltons. That cannot have been easy. I know you must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
So, this one doesn't have a timer. It's an important choice. So, you can, like, oh, you gotta stop the Boltons from bothering my brother Ethan. I will spoil this choice. It don't ask for help. You don't get anything out of it. Like, Joffrey beats up Marjorie if you ask for help. So, don't ask for help, because that'll keep you in Marjorie's good graces. Because the event with Ramsay and Ethan has to happen. Like, that's the climax of this episode.
My mother wanted me to ask a favor of you. For my family. But as you said, you're
Like, that's almost like the illusion of choice.
And I
Pick
would
the
never
bad
want
option
you
to
to
make things worse.
Soon I will be queen. And maybe then I'll be in a better position to help you. But for now we must both be cautious.
Of course, my lady. You're right. Better to wait.
And see, ultimately, that's kind of like the problem with Mira's story. Like, I like her as a character. I even like the setup. It's just like, so many of her choices don't actually matter, or there's only one good one. Like, you can pick how you run Ironrack as Ethan. Like, oh, are you going to follow Royland's advice, or Duncan? Yeah, Duncan was the other guy. Duncan's thing. But, and there are serious choice differentiations between the two. But, it doesn't... that matters, King's Landing doesn't. And I guess I was wrong, there was another Garred section.
Let's play a little game.
So if you didn't know how Ramsay was, this was a great introduction.
The skins of their enemies as a coat.
So the flayed man, the symbol of the Boltons, and there's Ramsay playing a man.
Unfortunately, I suppose I have fallen out of practice. But he didn't make it easy. What with all that bloody noise?
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father is the Warden of the North.
He does now. How much further is it to these Forresters?
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
What was that?
My lord?
Shh! Listen. There. Hear that? I know I heard something.
It's not until dawn. You don't have to hold your breath or something like that. I guess that would be too difficult of programming for the Telltale people.
We've wasted enough time already.
I still need to get new or Neo, whatever you want to call them, the new Telltale people. They did the Expanse or whatever. Like, I should give that a try to see if like they're good. If their stuff's any good. They're still taking their time with the Wolf Among Us season 2. I'll for sure get that when that comes out. But they delayed that like another year or something. Oh, sorry. Let's pay attention. So, creeping up on the flayed man. Yep.
Bloody hell.
Fully flayed. Well, I guess not his face, but there you go. Don't cross Ramsay, but that's what you'll get. So this is like, oh, you gotta prepare for that, because that's coming.
Lord Ethan, as I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership. But 300 generations of Forrester lords stand behind you. Lord Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good.
Gotta have that alliteration in there.
He was fair and wise.
I want to be like that, like my father.
Your father was well regarded by nearly everyone. It took years, if not decades, to earn.
Well, I imagine it was in a peacetime,
These
so
were your
that's pretty
father's
easy to
people
do.
lead and protect, and now they're yours. But your father did not bear this responsibility alone. He and every Forrester lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others, the Lord Sentinel.
So, this is the major
Forrester
choice of the
traditions
episode.
demand that a new
Pick
Lord
who your
Sentinel
Sentinel
must be
is.
chosen.
It's not quite along the lines of, say, Telltale Walking Dead. It's like, oh, who do you save, Carly or Doug? But it's kind of like that.
We need his judgment.
I've done nothing wrong. I was only trying to survive.
Which is it? Did you do nothing wrong, or were you just trying to survive?
Lord Ethan. Maester.
Who is this man?
This Craven is a deserter and a thief.
So he did do something wrong. Two things wrong.
This house is doomed.
Just say that to your lord. That's smart.
Fucking know it.
Like, what an idiot.
Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
2 shields and 3 spears.
Is what Sir Royland said true?
Yes, my
Well,
lord.
okay.
I fled.
No, I guess if you stole,
It's
not
stealing
deserted.
if you're taking what's yours by right. He speaks.
This guy's like he's not even from a medieval feudal society. Who the hell talks like that? Oh, it's the guy that can kill me at any time if he feels like it? Oh yeah, I'm taking what's mine.
Lord Ethan.
Like, obviously they put this in there because they want to like, oh, here's a small taste of what you're supposed to do with the Ethan storyline.
Then you admit to the crime in front
Yeah,
of all
you're been
Only what this
arrested.
house made me. You cannot expect a man to live on loyalty alone.
You'll
You don't need to
address him
keep
as
kicking
Lord.
him.
Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers.
I mean, that's normal
Now may
punishment
not
for
be the
thieves.
time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as
That's
it
a
is.
fair punishment. Taking fingers is a normal punishment for thieves. Taking the whole hand might be harsh, or just straight up killing him. So you can completely forgive him, no punishment. You can take his fingers, or you can send him to the wall. We're gonna send him to the wall because that's what we should be doing. Because if you know the books, the show, what have you, that you know the wall's under banned.
You'll be punishing an innocent man.
You're not innocent. You stole. You admitted to it. It's so stupid.
My lord.
Send him to the wall. Bye bye.
I sentence you to the wall, where you will join the Night's Watch.
Yeah, try deserting there, you son of a bitch.
My family. Without me, they'll die.
Well, I should have thought of that before you stole and then tried to desert. If you take his fingers, then it'll be shitty. Like, oh, you took my fingers. Yeah, I was innocent. Yeah, the house is
That was
doomed.
certainly unpleasant, but a lord must mete out punishment when it's due.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to keep doing it.
Of course.
It's a lord's duty, so I did it.
You heard what the thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side.
So who do you trust more?
Someone you
Aggressive
can rely
man
on,
or
no matter the
diplomatic
circumstance,
man?
Possessing wisdom and experience.
Who do you think I should choose?
There are 2 capable men for the role. They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you.
Play a Telltale game. Talk to everyone
The
that's
bracer of
around.
the sentinel. The badge of office. Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen sentinel then, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house. Your sentinel will wear this for all to see.
I understand. I'll do it now.
Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
So make a little circle and talk to everybody. Okay, Telltale thing, interact with everything.
Careful. Keep at it and you won't have much left. Something to pick your teeth with.
No, Ethan. Look at this. All good swords have a name. I call mine Two Brothers. I carved this to give me strength. And this, so I remember. I mean, I could never forget, but...
And what of your brother Asher? Where's his name?
There's only two sides to the blade. Besides, he left, so... Yeah.
Yeah.
Someday, I'll have a real one. But not like that one. Only a lord could have that sword.
You'll have a good sword. I'm sure of it.
I watched you today. I saw what you did to that man. Was he our enemy? A bad man? Everyone keeps talking about them.
Rules mean nothing if we don't enforce them. It doesn't matter if he's good or bad. You can't steal. That's a rule.
Well, I say he was bad. Bad men killed Father and Roderick. They need someone to hurt them back. Even worse. I want a real sword. No one's afraid of wood. I'll find the men who took Roderick someday, and I'll make sure I have a real sword when I do.
I'm pretty sure the guy who stabbed Roderick died, and the other thing was the horse, so... Gonna go. Well, I think that horse did die. That's why it fell on Roderick in the first place. So you can't really avenge him. I guess you could go after Balder Frey for giving the order, but yeah. Well, we know what happens to him if you've seen the show.
Come on, come on! What did I say? Swords up, slash right, parry, again. Sword up, swing left, parry. Wrong. I didn't know dogs could hold swords.
A word?
Of course, my lord.
I'll take a break from yelling at my recruits.
I have many decisions to make, and I wanted your advice. What's the state of our defences? Are these men ready for what's coming?
This lot, ready? No, but they will be. We post anyone who can hold a spear along the parapet, up where they won't get much scrutiny, and put our meanest, nastiest looking brutes front and centre. That'll show Ramsay we're a force in our own right. You've got to project power, especially when you're weak.
Thank you, Sir Royland. I'll let you get back to training these men.
Thank you, my lord. And I'll be sure to watch out for more deserters. After today, I suspect there'll be more to come. Yes,
Wasn't done talking. There's other options.
I need to name a sentinel.
Ah, you do. And it's good you came to me. I know this house, and everyone here knows me. They know I can hold the reins, or wield the sword in equal measure. I'm the man you need. And might I remind you, it was Duncan Tuttle who sent Garred to the war. He undermined your authority, and made you look weak to the Whitehills. I would never do that to you. And if you pardon me saying so, I think your father would be proud.
I haven't made my decision yet, but I appreciate your opinion.
So, when will you declare your decision, my lord?
Tonight, at the small council meeting.
Very good. I trust your judgment, my lord.
Ethan. Or should I say Lord Ethan?
Hello, Uncle Malcolm.
I saw what you did today. It's not an easy thing to do. Showing mercy to a man who admits his guilt.
That wasn't mercy. It sent her to the wall.
Excuse me, my lord. I should finish packing before night.
I don't know if that's a bug or the character's dumb.
But where are you going?
Your mother asked me to cross the narrow sea to find your brother, Asher.
Asher?
She has asked me to return with him. To help the house.
She said nothing of this to me.
Because she fears you will not agree.
So
I told her
undermine.
my place is here, that I'll be of no help to you in Essos. But she insisted. I will hold, of course, until you've spoken with her about this. Just try to be kind to her. She's been living a nightmare made real. But you know that just as well.
She's my mother. I know how to speak to her.
I'm sure you do.
But my mother's fears are not the only ones I face. My people are scared as well. I'm told I must choose a sentinel.
If I may be so bold, Sir Royland is the man for the job. He'd be a fine choice.
Why Sir Royland?
We are at war. You need a warrior by your side. Royland has the respect of his men and will bring strength and discipline to this house. Duncan would offer sage advice, but now is not the time to negotiate. Not with the likes of Ramsay Snow.
Thank you, Uncle.
Ethan, I need to talk to you.
I need to praise the other option, because Telltale.
I saw what you did to that man. I know you told me you'd have to change, but I suppose I hadn't believed you would.
I can't afford any more mistakes.
You haven't done any mistakes yet.
Lord Whitehill. Garred being sent to the war without my knowledge.
I know. And that wasn't your fault.
But I'm the Lord. It's my responsibility. The people want me to lead. They need me to, but...
What? Ethan, please.
Who should I name as my sentinel?
It should definitely be Duncan Tuttle. He's dependable and smart, and everyone trusts his judgment. Sir Royland is unpredictable and likely to make matters worse.
You've always given me good advice. Thank you. Duncan.
Yes, my lord.
I have much to consider and face a difficult decision.
Perhaps I can help. Your father often sought my counsel.
As Lord, I must name a sentinel.
Of course. And if I may ask, who do you favor for the role? Perhaps I can share my insight. And talking can sometimes help you make a decision.
Actually, I wanted to ask, why did you send Garred away?
I did it for your own protection, my lord. Garred had to go. By sending him away myself, I thought it would keep you blameless in the eyes of the Whitehills.
Well, that didn't work.
I only hope to give you an advantage.
That's a clever strategy.
I do hope that's a good thing, my lord.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're clever. Maybe too clever.
I'm at your service, my lord. Our provisions are rather low, my lord. I made the count again, just to be sure.
Eric said people were going to starve. Why can't we feed them?
The war has taken its toll. Even our own stores for the house are dwindling. We couldn't withstand a siege, my lord. If the Boltons or the Whitehills cut us off and wait us out, we'd only last a fortnight. But there are steps we can take. In the past, we've demanded food from the small folk to replenish our stores. We can do it again, if you'd like. We've done it before in desperate times. The last long winter, my family had to give all our pigs to the house.
No, there must be something else we can do.
Well, I hope we find it soon. We won't have much room to maneuver if we don't have the option of holding fast. I can speak to the huntsmen and trappers. Perhaps they can do more. My lord.
I mean, if we had the gold for it, I don't see why we couldn't do that.
Maester?
Yes, Lord Ethan. I see you've spoken to a number of people. Are you prepared to name your sentinel?
What is it you're doing over here?
Admiring the ironwood, my lord. I studied it at the Citadel. The wood may be black, but I see gold. An entire forest of gold.
What do you mean?
It is our greatest asset, my lord. Why not give some of our ironwood to House Bolton and have them leave us be? We could ransom ourselves. You can hardly put a price on your own life.
A sensible plan, Maester. It may come to that.
I'm glad to hear your mind is open to possibility. My lord, are you now ready to name your sentinel?
Yes, because we've exhausted all options.
Yes, Maester. I'm ready.
Very well. I will convene the small council at once.
Although going back to the earlier decision when I said, like, oh, don't ask Marjorie for help, since we didn't ask her for help, we won't get the scene where she talks to Mira like, oh, I asked Joffrey, blah, 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 and all that stuff. So we are having one less scene. That's the other problem with this game with choices. Like, we don't get an equal other scene. Like, we should have another scene with Marjorie and Sarah and Mira talking to somebody else instead. Like, oh, because we didn't do
Lord
that,
Ethan
we have time to do something else.
Before I name my sentinel, I must tell you. Duncan, Royland, this house needs you both.
But you can only choose one.
Shut up, don't undermine me.
Many thought either of you would make a fine sentinel, but I have made my decision.
I name me as the Sentinel. You can't actually do that. Or Mother. No. We're gonna give it to Royland.
Sir Royland de Gore, you will be my sentinel.
There's no right or wrong choice here, because it really depends on your playstyle and such.
Regret this. A poor choice, my lord. Forgive me for saying so, but it's true.
Obviously, if you go the other way, the opposite's like, oh, thank you for picking me, and the other one's like, oh, you made a bad choice.
My scouts say he's a day's ride away. We've no time to waste. He'll arrive before any of our allies could be here.
Who knows what he's capable of?
We can devise a plan to deal with him.
That's what we're here.
Need our people to harvest the ironwood. Even the bastard Ramsay must understand that.
He's not coming here to negotiate. We must answer with the sword.
That's bloody suicide.
Yeah.
You gamble with the lives of everyone
Duncan's
within
right
these
about
walls.
Quiet, Tuttle. You're not the Sentinel. I knew this would happen. He cannot be trusted.
This is the small council, is it not?
Enough! Would my father have stood for this kind of bickering? Neither will I.
We're gonna come out with a plan, not argue.
The Bolton sigil is a flayed man. Force is the only thing they understand. Put every man who can hold a spear or crossbow on the wall, and make the bastard fill his boots with piss.
He would see it for the empty gesture that it is, and have us flayed. We must take a measured approach, my lord.
Gentlemen, please.
Mother, what do you recommend we do?
We must give him whatever he wants and be done with it.
So you don't
It's too
actually
dangerous
offer
to
advice. Why are you here?
Why not make an offering for peace, my lord?
Yeah, the wisdom of the Citadel.
We can give the Boltons ironwood in exchange for their protection.
You must be mad. It's pure folly to just give away the only currency we have to bargain with.
Well, why hold on to the money if you're not going to use it to bargain with? Yeah, we will bargain. We're going to side with the Maester, not with either of the... We're going to pick choice number 3, not 1 or 2. So take that game.
Thus securing their safety.
A Sentinel, I must warn you. Do this, and you invite ruin upon this house.
If we don't, there may be no House Forrester at all.
If you aren't ready for a fight, you're bound to lose when one breaks out.
Then, as my sentinel, you must
Ethan
prepare
has
the
made his
men
opinion
to
known,
be ready
and
for
he
that
will
fight.
Respect his decision.
Yeah.
Forgive us, my lord. We are, of course, here to serve you, as we served your father.
Aye.
Well then, let's decide how we shall set the stage for Ramsay's arrival.
We could offer him the ironwood in the courtyard.
My lord, Making this kind of offer outright may simply embolden Ramsay. There could be trouble, and all the house will be there to see it. Meet him in the hall. It will be more private, and he will not have an audience to play against you.
Lord Ethan?
So this one doesn't really matter, because the meeting will be in the Great Hall regardless. It's just like, oh, what did you do? Did you have Ramsay wait, or did you just bring him in as a guest? And we're going to bring him in as a guest.
I will meet him in the Great Hall.
It's careless. Can't you see Tuttle is steering you wrong?
I've faithfully served this house for far too long to sit here and listen to this. Forgive me, my lord, but you are far too young to be the lord of this house. You're likely to get us all killed.
Sit down at once.
Will he remember that?
Apologies, my son. But now that it is settled, we know what we must do. You will meet Ramsay Snow in the Great Hall.
And we will offer the Ironwood, providing a safe future for this house.
No matter what, I will...
Then perhaps we should adjourn. We have to prepare the house.
My lord, you have named your sentinel, but you still seem conflicted. And no matter what, you can't be indecisive.
No, I'm not indecisive. I picked a mixed approach. I'm not bloodthirsty, nor am I a diplomatic pussy. I picked a middle approach, where I took a little bit of each.
Which is why you need allies you can rely on. Family.
Hopefully Mira can give us aid, but she didn't, so
what about
well.
Your brother, Asher?
Okay, yeah, that's
Malcolm
the other thing.
You want to bring him back?
He's a skilled fighter. But what's more, he has the will to fight. A hunger for it. He always protected you and your sister.
Why would you bring him back after you exiled him?
He exiled himself.
That's not what an exile means.
Asher is volatile, but that is his strength too. Do you remember the miller's boy? How he tormented you? I wanted to intervene, but your father said Ethan must fight his own battles.
I mean, yeah, that's the one that gets stronger.
Asher saw it, he didn't take a breath. He grabbed the miller's boy by the neck. That was his first instinct. Asher knocked out half the poor boy's teeth. Of course, your father was furious, but you were in danger and there was nothing else Asher needed to know. Asher does not hesitate. He acts, and we need that. You have many fine qualities, but...
I'm not like that, but I don't need to be, do I?
No, but you need someone who is standing beside you. I'm trying to do what's best for this family, what this family needs. Ethan, let me send Malcolm to Essos.
So, the problem with this choice is this one doesn't matter, because she'll send Malcolm regardless of whether you approve or not. That's the problem. So, like, the Telltale games pride themselves on making major choices that affect the story. The problem with this one is that so many of them are hollow nothing choices where, like, it's not even like, say, another one of their games where the choice didn't matter in the end. This one's like actually doesn't do anything because there's no variance at all. It's just like, oh, did he sneak away or did he go with approval? But yeah, we'll send him because it doesn't matter. And honestly, we should go get Asher. Because there's an Asher section regardless of whether you send Malcolm or not.
Thank you, Ethan. I'm glad you will let me do
Like, all this does is like, oh, Mother approves.
Know that you never stand alone. You are a Forrester. Mira stands with us, and she may be able to help us yet.
Except we're not going to get that section because we said not to ask Marjorie for help. Oh, we are getting a Mira section. I guess I forgot. Well, they had to have another Mira section because we couldn't just skip to the end. You, cold
Begging
boy.
your pardon, milady. I hope I didn't frighten you.
Sorry, I can't talk now.
Yeah, I can't talk to you, random peasant boy. I'm a noblewoman.
I was right before. About Lady Marjorie and Queen Cersei.
You're a very nosy coal boy who shouldn't know this shit. This doesn't work.
And your family.
Like, she should be like, why are you talking to me?
Things that could be useful for you.
How can you help me? My problems can't be solved by what you might overhear.
That's a dumb thing to say, Mira.
You need allies. Hopefully I've proven I can be useful to you.
So, because they force coal boy on you, I always, like, side against him however I can. Got a spite. It's like, okay, I'll treat you like garbage. Why do you keep coming back to me? And the gold cloak was really nosy. Like, after we publicly displayed... Oh, that was really short. Okay, see, it's way longer if you talk with Marjorie.
If he's angry, we'll do without him. And without King's Landing. I know you'd hoped Mira could help us, but I'm confident we've enough strength of our own. Your men are ready to act if needed.
Our plan is a good one. It will work so long as everyone does their part.
Isn't this a lovely pile of timber? Not the place I'd want to be if there was a fire.
Ironwood is near impervious to flame, man.
Impervious, that was what I was thinking at the beginning of the episode.
May I introduce Lord Ramsay of House Bolton, son of Roose Bolton. Although a bastard, Lord Ramsay has the full authority of the Warden of the...
Yeah, shut up. He doesn't want to be reminded that he's a bastard. That was his big thing in Season 4, is trying to prove himself.
Is he lost?
Lord Ramsay, welcome to Ironrath.
Aren't you the little lord? Lord Whitehall told me you were young, but this... Look at you.
A token for the new Warden of the North.
Let me guess. Forrester Ironwood.
Carved by our most skilled craftsmen.
Ironwood. Doesn't look like much.
No one can match our skill.
Is that so?
Oh, there's that stutter. Telltale stutter.
Not bad. Lord Whitehill, can your lot do this?
Given enough time, we could learn.
Given enough time, you could do a great many things. But not this, apparently. It seems the Forresters have a talent for something after all.
Lord Ramsay, we have another gift we'd like to offer to you. There are several ironwood groves along the borders of our land, all producing tall, strong trees. We'd like to give them to you in tribute.
To me? That's very kind of you. Thank you. Look at that.
Wow, I don't remember him like going, yeah, I like that.
Come out where I can see you.
Force him to focus on the business at hand.
Lord Ramsay, I understand you've come here for assurance of our fealty.
Fuck fealty. We came here for justice.
We'll get to your justice. First, let's see you bend the knee to my father, Lord Bolton, Warden of the North. Words are wind. Anyone can say they're loyal.
My lord.
Ha! That wasn't so hard now, was it? Here's the thing. I don't care about your loyalty.
But again, just like Cersei, you cannot win against the people from the show.
The Crown, however, wants what you've got. Whatever you've been supplying the Starks for centuries. Ships, shields, chamber pots. I expect you'll do the same for us. My father has promised as much to the king. You wouldn't want to make him a liar, would you? That wouldn't reflect well on me.
We will double our efforts for your father, my lord.
That's a good little lord.
You can't trust her, Forrester. They murdered our men.
It was Forrester Squire who did it. One Whitehill soldier dead. One Bolton. Yet your man lived.
Lord Whitehill is a liar. That's not how it happened.
Lad? A liar? He's a Whitehill. Then you welcomed me into your hall like a proper lord.
I don't know what the right answer was there, if there even was one. I was thinking about being silent.
Pathetic little army. That sort of insolence from one of our loyal bannermen will not do. So I've come up with a solution that will benefit everyone. The Whitehills will be taking control of your Ironwood from this day forward.
What?
What? The Ironwood? But...
The Whitehills are nothing more than up-jump thieves!
You can't do that.
Why not? You know something the Whitehills don't?
Yes.
We are talking about trees. You grow them, you cut them down.
We have loyal craftsmen who make the finest weapons. The Whitehills have no such craftsmen. Do you want Ironwood for the next 5 years, or the next 50 generations?
The little lord does have a point. We'll try this. Lord Whitehill will take half of your Ironwood, and we'll see who fares better.
But my lord...
Half of something is better than the nothing you had before. To ensure there's no trouble, Lord Whitehill will install a garrison of 20 men within your walls.
At Ironrath? That we cannot abide. Ethan.
They'll help maintain the king's peace.
This will cause more trouble, not less.
Not for me. You have a man you trust?
My son, Griff.
Griff will lead the garrison.
The seven hells he will.
Lads, do make this visit worth.
Please. He's like, yeah, let's fight.
Look at this, little Forrester. You're not frightened, are you?
Lord Ramsay, please.
And you? Are you Lord Ethan's older sister?
I'm his twin, my lord.
Oh, twins. Well, like the Queen and her brother. Well, hopefully not just like the Queen and her brother. I never had a sister. Always wanted one.
We have more to discuss, Lord Snow.
I have an idea. You'll come with me. You can be my highborn ward.
Lord Ramsay, that's enough.
Do you like hunting?
Because we know what that means.
She's quite pretty, your sister. We'd get along well. I suppose you can stay. Aren't you the bold lord?
So they're gonna give the players a reminder. This is Game of Thrones. Well, one character down.
Ethan!
My lord!
Oh, no!
Even though you did bend the knee.
My son.
So that's the thing. No matter how you treat Ramsay, Ethan dies.
However, the Forresters need to keep their end of the bargain.
Oh, we got a bot in the chat. I'll take care of it.
Kill him if they give you any trouble.
Brian!
Lovely meeting all of you. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Somebody help him!
Fetch the mixer quickly!
You brought this on yourself.
Mama! Stop! Don't let him take me!
You will not take
Stop
him!
Help me!
Brian, please!
No!
Let me go! Brian! Do something!
Ethan? My son.
Okay, so that's the beginning of the game. Well, the season, because it's episodic seasons of that's how Telltale does their games.
Ethan sacrificed himself for us all.
Well,
he
for
saved
you.
Talia's life.
This is Talia saying that. He saved Talia's life. I'm Talia.
Needs a leader. Lord Ethan named me Sentinel.
So they're going to be arguing. Shocker.
My sister asked you to swear loyalty to her son, and you did it without flinching.
And then obviously if you like, did you make the right choice?
Stop them. We do not stand alone. There are those who will fight for
Yeah,
us.
Mira section.
Those who hold House Forrester.
Garrett's going to the wall.
Those
well, we can have more people from the shows. And then there's Asher.
Our house will
so we have an S. That's the thing. We didn't get an SO section in this episode, but obviously next time we will.
Without a cost, my lady. Are you prepared for what might happen?
Ooh, a dagger. What is she gonna do with it? So yeah, the servers are down. Yeah, I'm not offline. Yeah, the stream that's offline. But obviously the servers are down, so we can't actually see percentage of choices. Unfortunate, but that's just Telltale didn't renew the license, so the servers are down. Okay, and then there's the credits. We'll just skip. No, the servers are down. I try signing in and it'll say there's an error. We couldn't contact the servers. So anyway, that's it for the stream, that's it for the video. Thank you all for watching my video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good things, at all the usual locations, which would be YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, Odyssey, and Kick. You want to see more of these videos from me? Check out Local Skater, Twitter, Minds, and BitChute. No more content for you soon. Quick reminder, all those channels I just listed are free. I'm asking for your time and attention, so go check them out, and thank you for that extra consideration. So yeah, that is it. Tune in next time for more Telltale Game of Thrones. That might be later today. We'll see. Take care. Bye for now.